Dear students, viewers and spectators, welcome to Professor Ghulam Hussain Bhatti Chemistry channel. The topic of today's discussion is oxidation state, second year chemistry, chapter number 1. Now, what is oxidation state? Dear students, charge on an element in its compound is called oxidation state. It is the apparent charge with sign which an atom has in a compound. Now, dear students, for example, sodium has +1 charge, chlorine has -1 charge. In the case of ionic compounds, charge on an element in ionic compound is called oxidation state. For example, sodium has +1 charge and chlorine has -1 charge. That is, it means that number of electrons gained or lost. For example, sodium has lost 1 electron, therefore it has Na+1 charge, while chlorine has gained 1 electron, therefore it has -1 charge. In the case of covalent compounds, dear students, covalent compounds have fixed oxidation state and it is due to electronegativity difference. If an element has high electronegativity, then its oxidation state will be negative, and if an element has less electronegativity, then its oxidation state will be positive. For example, in the case of SnCl4, chlorine has -1 oxidation state and there are 4 chlorine atoms which are attached over here. Therefore, 4 multiplied by -1 is equal to -4, and the oxidation state of Sn will be +4. This is all about covalent compounds. Dear students, in free state, oxidation state will be 0. For example, Cl2, Br2, O2, H2, they have 0 oxidation state. Dear students, now the variation of oxidation state in the periodic table. Oxidation state is related to the group number of an element. Oxidation state depend upon number of valence electrons in an atom. In a group, valence electron will remain the same, so oxidation state will remain same within a group. Now, dear students, the elements of group 1A to group 4A have oxidation state as their group number R. For example, dear students, group 1A, in the case of group 1A, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium, they have 1 electron in their valence shell and they have the ability, they are all metals and they have the ability to lose electrons. Therefore, their oxidation state will be +1. In the case of group 2A elements, dear students, they have the ability to lose 2 electrons as they have 2 electrons in their valence shell. So they can lose 2 electrons, so their oxidation state will be +2. In the case of group 3A elements, my dear students, group 3 elements, they have 3 electrons in their valence shell and they can lose 3 electrons, so their oxidation state will be +3. Dear students, in the case of group 4A elements, they have 4 electrons in their valence shell, so they have the ability to lose 4 electrons, so their oxidation state will be +4. So what I have told to you that elements of group 1A to group 4A have oxidation state as their group numbers are. Dear students, now I am going to discuss the group 5A elements, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic and antimony. Dear students, oxidation state of group 5a elements is either equal to the valence electrons or the number of vacancies in the valence shell. Group 5a elements, my dear students, show +5 oxidation state because they have 5 electrons in their valence shell. Dear students, in order to, as they have 5 electrons in their valence shell, so they can show +5 oxidation state, but group 5 elements, and another reason is that they show +3 oxidation state. They show +3 oxidation state. Why? Because number of vacancies available in the valence shell, that is, in octet rule, there are 8 electrons in the valence shell, so there are 3 vacant spaces available for the electrons in the valence shell, so their valency will be, oxidation state will be +3. My dear students, as you know that group 5a elements can gain 3 electrons in their valence shell, so their oxidation state will be +3. In the case of phosphorus pentachloride, oxidation state will be, oxidation state of phosphorus is +3, and in the case of phosphorus trichloride, oxidation state of phosphorus will be +3. Now in group 6a elements, my dear students, group 6a elements have 6 electrons in their valence shell, so their oxidation state will be +6. For example, in case of SF6, sulfur has +6 oxidation state. In the case of sulfuric acid, sulfur will have +6 oxidation state. My dear students, oxygen -2 multiplied by 4 is equal to -8, and hydrogen +1 multiplied by 2 is equal to +2, -8 and +2, it will be equal to -6. So the oxidation state of sulfur will be +6. In this way, we can calculate the oxidation state of sulfur in the case of sulfuric acid, as sulfur is the central atom. In the case of SF6, fluorine has -1 oxidation state, and 6 fluorine atoms are attached over here, -6, and its oxidation state will be, sulfur oxidation state will be +6. My dear students, as there are 6 electrons in their valence shell, so it has 2 vacant spaces which will be available in the valence shell, so it can gain 2 electrons, so they show -2 oxidation state as well. That is, in the case of water, oxygen has -2 oxidation state, and in case of H2S, sulfur has -2 oxidation state. Why? Because, my dear students, hydrogen has +1 oxidation state multiplied by 2 +2, and its oxidation state will be -2. Similarly, in the case of H2S, +1 hydrogen multiplied by 2 +2, its oxidation state, sulfur oxidation state will be -2. That is, if sulfur, in the case of oxygen, it show -2 oxidation state. In the case of H2S, sulfur show -2 oxidation state. So because group 6a elements, they have the ability to gain 2 electrons in their valence shell, so their oxidation state will be -2, and there are 6 electrons in their valence shell, so their oxidation state is +6 as well. So their oxidation state is variable. Dear students, so we can conclude that group 5a elements and group 6a elements, they show similar behavior. Now group 7a elements, dear students, group 7a elements are called halogens: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. Their oxidation state will be -1, as they can gain one electron to complete their valence shell. Number of vacancy in the valence shell. It's very simple and easy one. Now the last one is group 7a elements. My dear students, in the case of group 7a elements, that is noble gases, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon, they cannot gain or lose electrons because their valence shell is complete and no vacancy is present in the valence shell. So their oxidation state will be 0. The oxidation state of group 8a elements is 0. Students, there is a short question. Why transition elements show variable oxidation state? Why transition elements show variable oxidation state? It's an important short question. Dear students, scandium has oxidation state. Scandium atomic number 21, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d1. This is scandium. In the first shell, 1s1, second shell, 2s2, 2p6, 8 electron. The third shell, 2s2, 3s2, 3p6, 3d1, and in the fourth shell, 4s2. Dear students, you must remember, dear students, when scandium show +2 oxidation state and +3 oxidation state, when 2 electrons are removed from the valence shell, that is when 4s2 will remove its 2 electrons, then scandium will show +2 oxidation state. When outermost shell will be removed, that is 4s2 electron will be removed, then electron present in 3d1, there is 1 electron which will be present. It will participate in bonding. Then the oxidation state of scandium will be +3 because 2 electrons are already lost and this 3d1 is also involved in bonding. Therefore, oxidation state of scandium changes to +3. Therefore, we can say that oxidation state of transition elements changes due to involvement of d subshell, due to involvement of inner d subshell. This is called inner d subshell. This is, my dear students, this is all about the oxidation state and its trend in the periodic table. Thank you very much, my dear students, viewers and spectators, for watching my video.